Good morning, everyone, and welcome. Coming at you from the Innovation District in downtown Erie, it's Ventures Live. Hi, everyone. I'm Brian Slawind from the Ben Franklin Technology Partners. And on today's Ventures Live, we'll be talking with a guy that knows... What? Sean's waving his hand. He's known as Erie's TED. He'll provide us with a rundown of the kinds of TED program going on now, and frankly, a new TED program that was announced just yesterday, and how you can get involved with the TED programs coming up. Then we'll talk about his day job as the founder and principal of MMI IP. We'll also ask him where that name came from. Northwest Pennsylvania's most important intellectual property law firm. And for the big takeaway, he'll share with us what the biggest mistake clients make that increases their legal bills and how an entrepreneur can be efficient and save money when talking to an attorney. Wow. And finally, he'll tell us who he wants to meet, what his favorite eats are, and then what his superhero power is and how he uses it. It's Meet, Eat, Superpower, coming up on today's Ventures Live. And of course, if you have any questions, you can always type them in right here in the Erie, PA Entrepreneurs Group. Please feel free to do that. Sean Giwant is, in fact, checking his fact-checking, which has commenced.
Well, I thought Sean was doing that.
We have two Seans. We have two Seans on our fact-checking team, which is really good.
Okay.
All right. But first, here's what's happening in the Erie Innovation District during the next 7 days. And holy smokies, it is busy. First, tonight, down on the bayfront, not at the museum, but at the place where they build the boats in the back. I think it's called the Maritime, what's it called, Sean? The Maritime something or other, building your boat place. It's in the back. Not in the museum, but in the back. It's Ales and Sales, tonight at 6 o'clock. Do a Google search, find your tickets. It's recommended that you buy your tickets early for Ales and Sales tonight at 6 o'clock down somewhere in town.
Bayfront Maritime Center.
The Bayfront Maritime Center. Thank you, brother. Also tonight at 8 o'clock at Brew Erie, it's Noteworthy Erie, the hottest singing contest of 2017, and you can participate. Fox 66 invites you to participate tonight at Brew Erie. It's Noteworthy. And on Sunday at Bourbon Barrel, join Erie County Chairman J. and Mrs. Jamie Brenneman for their second annual A Thankful Heart, featuring celebrity bartenders, live music, and more. It starts at 2 on Sunday. Of course, you can get more information about A Thankful Heart on Facebook. Also on Sunday, the Geek Erie is going rogue and casting for a secret project. Ooh, a secret project, the Geek Erie. It's happening at the Erie Movie House starting at 5 on Sunday. And, of course, our buddy Craig Stadler is involved, who actually owns, along with his fiancée Nicole, the Erie Movie House. John, why don't you read that one?
Monday, February 13th, the day before Valentine's Day.
Hint, hint, nudge, nudge.
It's the Erie Regional Chamber's Business After Hours. Oh, if you're a member of the Chamber, right? Yeah.
We are, right? Ben Franklin is a member of the Chamber.
And then more information at eriepa.com.
That's it. And then on Valentine's Day at the brand new Wingate by Wyndham Hotel for the Support NWPA Business Spotlight. Bob LaFaro.
That's a good group.
And his crew. I was there the first time like a month ago. Stunned. I knew nobody. It was awesome. What a great group of entrepreneurs. They're not the manufacturing tech type that I typically hang around with. It's people who are running businesses, doing great stuff. As a matter of fact, we have Bob on Ventures Live coming up in a couple of weeks, and we'll talk about that whole new group of entrepreneurs in Erie, which is really awesome.
I've been involved with them for a couple of years now, but they've been around for almost 7 years now.
Bob and Rich, and I can't remember Debbie. They do a great job.
Debbie works for me part-time.
The NWP Support NWPA Business Spotlight meeting. Look them up on Facebook. It's really fabulous. Then on Wednesday, the day after Thanksgiving, Valentine's Day, it's Petition Happy Hour. You can join County Executive Kathy Dahlkemper and pick up a petition as she kicks off her primary campaign. All the fun starts at 5 o'clock at Lavery Brewing. That's at 128 West 12th. And then on the very next day, which is Thursday, February 16th, our first major Republican candidate for Erie mayor kicks off his campaign. It's Jon Persinger for mayor of Erie at the brewery. That's at 123 West 14th on Thursday, 5:30 p.m. Definitely come and listen to Jon. Great guy. Could be a very interesting campaign. Republicans. There's really only two Republicans that are going to officially be in the field as of Thursday. Jon Persinger and a gentleman named Jon Schemberg, I think, right?
Something like that.
Yeah.
Fact check.
John Whaley.
Oh, John
Really?
Whaley too?
Joe Schemper.
Joe
is
Schemper.
running as a Democrat.
Okay.
Oh, wait, who's the
Who's
older
the Republican?
gentleman?
We'll have to find out the
The
facts on
retired
that.
gentleman who's okay. He doesn't know. Okay.
All right.
Okay.
So, anyway, more information about all that stuff and probably the correct information is available on Facebook in the Erie PA Entrepreneurs Group or, of course, on Twitter at the hashtag There Is Nothing to Do in Erie.
Well, clearly from that very short list, there's nothing to do in Erie.
No kidding. I mean, we only have a few hundred things to do. All right. So, now, let's welcome our guest, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Jon DSilva, the founder and principal of MMI IP. A round of applause, everyone. Clapping, clapping, clapping. Audience.
Thank you. Thank you.
Headquartered in the Erie Technology Incubator in the heart of the Innovation District. Jon, thank you for joining us on Ventures Live.
Well, thank you for inviting me.
Well, let's talk a little bit about your law firm, what you do, where you came from. Give us just a little bit of the backstory of MMI IP.
All right. So I've been in Erie since about 2005.
Yep.
I came here as a patent attorney, intellectual property attorney at McDonald Lilly, from up right up the street.
I know that
100 State
place.
Street. It's
Yeah,
a
I
great
know that
place,
place.
great bunch of people.
Yeah.
In fact, Jon Persinger is an attorney there right now.
Holy cow.
Yeah.
Tim Walters and a whole
Tim
bunch of
Walter,
other
a whole
people.
bunch of people. We're really good people. And I struck out on my own almost exactly a year ago, February 1st. So
Hey,
I
nice.
do everything intellectual property related. So patents, copyrights, trademarks, trade secrets, licensing, anything at all to do with intellectual property, I do.
So we're going to talk a little bit about how entrepreneurs can come to you and actually save money and save their effort, time and effort on their intellectual property issues, right?
Right.
Ideas really don't matter, but the money you spend to protect them certainly does. So we'll talk about that in just a second. But before we do, let's talk about TED.
Oh, yes.
Jon is the curator and license holder for TEDx Erie, but you haven't stopped there. Tell us about what's going on with TED.
So there's actually three things going on with TED. There's TEDx Erie, you should have said, which is our annual major conference that we do. We've done twice already, and this year we're going to try to do it again.
Yep.
In fact, we're having a survey going out right now for our volunteers trying to figure out what the theme is going to be for TEDx Erie 2017.
Cool.
We are also doing a monthly TEDx Erie Salon, which always tends to be the last Wednesday of the month. So our next one is coming up on February 22nd. And that is
This one is awesome.
Yes, it is.
Tell us about the one on the 22nd.
February 22nd, we're actually co-hosting with Sigma Psi, which is the science. I'm blanking on it.
Association.
Thank you. Yes, the Science Association for
Smart people.
Smart people. Yes, it's instructors and teachers at in surrounding schools, and the topic they picked coincidentally is urban farming.
Oh, I love it.
Which is very interesting because we have a special guest, which would be Faith Kindig, who happens to be in the audience today.
Yes, she does. Hello, Faith.
And and Faith is going to talk about her Erie Sprouts initiative, which is a hydroponics system that she's setting up.
So that's on the TEDx Erie Salon coming up on February 22nd.
It'll be at
Calamari's.
Calamari's.
Right.
Doors always open, but people start gathering at 6, and we start the event proper at 6:30.
Awesome. And there's food, there's drink, there's camaraderie, there's calibration, there's synchronization, and there will be Erie Sprouts and Faith Kindig.
Yes, and there will actually be another announcement there at that event about another community-sponsored
Would you stop
event.
looking at me and start looking at the camera?
Well,
please?
I'm talking to you. I know, it's live, but whatever.
And finally, yesterday was a huge announcement in the TED community in Erie. Tell us a little bit about that.
TEDx Youth at Erie. We finally got permission, an agreement with McDowell High School. They will be the host for TEDx Youth at Erie this year.
Awesome.
And that is, we're looking for 8 speakers in the high school age. Basically, you got to be a high school student or equivalent to apply to be a speaker. It's going to be 80-90% run by the students.
That's awesome.
And we'll be soliciting speakers from around Erie County, and generally anywhere, but have to be high school age kids.
So what's really exciting is that while the school happens to be in the Mill Creek School District, Erie School District students from Corey, really anybody from the region, high school aged, can come. They can talk about their particular thing. It's a real TEDx. It's just student run and youth run, and it's going to be awesome. Yeah.
And we're also looking for student performers and student teams to design the stage.
It's going to be fantastic.
Same thing like we did for TEDx Erie last year at Warner.
Yeah.
You know something about that?
I knew a little bit about that. About that. All right. So the big takeaway. Today's big takeaway, John. Please share us the one mistake that most entrepreneurs make when they're coming to think about protecting their intellectual property. As an investor at Ben Franklin Technology Partners, a lot of people come to me, frankly, daily and say, I've got an idea. And my response is, that's great. What's your plan to execute? And part of that plan needs to be how to protect that idea.
Correct.
John, tell us the one big mistake entrepreneurs make when trying to protect their idea and how to avoid it.
They don't talk to me soon enough. and that I'm serious about that because frankly,
You're right. He's right.
you can avoid a lot of problems by at least having an initial conversation with me. And I do the stupid thing of not charging for my initial consult.
That's right.
So that's actually free.
So let me make sure I understand this. I can email you or call you or just show up at your office, which is in the lower level of the Erie Technology Incubator at 9th and State. And I can literally sit with you for 15 to 30 minutes, tell you my brilliant idea. Of course, because you're bound by the rules and regulations of being an attorney, you can't tell anyone.
That's
it's client privilege, attorney-client privilege.
Right.
And you will literally tell me if that's a good enough idea to be patentable and protectable and that sort of thing for free?
Yeah.
So the big takeaway is go see an IP attorney before you do anything else. Like even before you come talk to me, definitely talk to Jon DSilva.
And now, of course, not every IP attorney will give you a free to an IP attorney. You should definitely talk to them first.
Fabulous.
Because even if you have to pay them a small fee, it's better.
Totally worth it.
It's totally worth it.
Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Jon DSilva! All right, well, finally, John, tell us, it's our always favorite feature, right? It's called Meet, Eat, Superpower. Okay. So, who, dead or alive, do you really want to meet?
I should have thought about this in my head. Terry Pratchett. Terry Pratchett. I would love to have a conversation.
Okay, who's Terry Pratchett?
Oh, Discworld!
Wayne's World?
Discworld.
I have no idea what that is.
Oh my god. It's amongst the best, arguably the best, fantasy writer he passed away recently. He's a British author, incredibly funny, incredibly
Good
insightful.
Good
Omens is on it. Where is it?
Second shelf from top.
Second shelf from the top.
Oh, we have books. Look at this.
Here's one.
Oh my God, that's the guy you want to meet. It's backwards, but whatever.
He wrote this with Neil Gaiman, actually, which is another good author. But Terry Pratchett would definitely love that.
All right, so John, as you all know, or those of you who know John, you moved to Erie in 2005. Prior to that, you were living in New York.
Buffalo.
But prior to that...
Oh, yes. I was born and raised in Kuwait.
Correct.
And I'm from...
From India.
India, yes.
Right.
Yes.
So along that circuitous international traveling path, what is or has become your most favorite thing to eat? Remember, it's meat, eat, and superpowers coming up.
I'm going to cheat a little bit because every location has its own good food.
All right, so
if I'm going to Ithaca, I got to get a hot truck.
Hot truck. Is that a food truck?
Yes.
But what is it, like pizza? Or
it is a French bread pizza.
Oh,
it's really
driving to Ithaca here in
it's freaking awesome. If I'm in Kuwait, I'll go to a street vendor and get a shawarma. If I'm in India, depends on where we are in India, but my grandmother's dead. But go to my grandmother's.
Oh, that's not good. I'm not sure what I'm laughing about that.
Well, she's dead.
No, I'm sorry to hear that.
Well,
she was such a great lady.
Oh my, yes, she was.
And she made this
an amazing cook.
All right, and what is your superpower, and how do you use it, Jon DSilva?
It's actually also my kryptonite, in my unfailing optimism.
Oh, that's a good one. Actually, you know your wife, Melanie.
Yes.
So I met Melanie way before TEDx, but one of the things she says that she really liked about Jon is she could never get him upset. She could never get him angry. She never get him all worked up. So I guess that's a good thing.
My kids can do that. My kids get me really upset.
All right. How about a big another big round? What are we doing?
Round of applause.
Yeah, round of applause. All right. Just a quick reminder, and make sure you tell your friends. Ventures Live every Friday at 9 a.m. streaming from the Innovation District in the Erie, PA Entrepreneurs Group on Facebook. Make sure you join us weekly, because next week it's the one, the only, Sean Giwant, CPA to entrepreneurs and stars, and rumor has it he's going to be bringing his guitar to serenade us with some tax music. I don't know what tax music is, but I'm very excited to hear it next week.
Look at that. Congratulations. This is the most commented on live video yet.
All right. Hey. All right. And let's see. Oh, right. It's our favorite part of the show.
Which is?
What's on... Come on, Sean. What's on your feet? What's on your feet, ladies and gentlemen? Jon, put your shoes right here. Put right here.
Well, I got two things.
Get your shoe on there. Get your shoe on.
Actually, I got my little my rubber things on my shoes. So
wow, those are
take those off. Tell people about them.
Yeah. What? What do you mean? I mean, you need.
What are they? I don't even know what they are.
These are booties. They cover my shoes.
Oh, very smart.
So that yeah.
So Jon has rubbers on his soles.
Right, so I can actually walk in the snow in Erie.
And he also has just the basic black attorney shoe. All right, nothing really exciting here today, folks.
What?
I'm sorry.
You learned something new today,
Look here, what do you have on today, Sean Fedorko? Sean has, oh my gosh, it's those things from the other day, but they're still amazing.
Wow.
Here's what's on your feet, Sean Fedorko.
Classic Johnston Murphy.
Oh, sorry.
With a nice blue sock, little red, complementing our tie.
Oh, look at that. See, I just wear black.
God.
Black and black.
All right, well,
well, I can't argue with that, Brett.
That was awesome. All right. On behalf of Jon and the entire MMI IP. Oh, what does MMI IP really stand for, Jon?
I forget. Did you figure that out? Did we talk about that?
I did figure it out.
Well,
but now the whole audience needs to know.
Are there any audience suggestions what MMI stands for? And if you already know, then no.
Does anyone know what the MMI and MMI IP stands for? Haha, you guys are funny. Yes, we are.
Yes, we are.
All right, well, as we sign off, I'm still Brian Slawin, and you can reach me at BenFrankBrian, or you can reach the Ventures Live team at _Ventures Live. So, thanks to everyone who showed up today. Of course, thanks for all of you who are also watching this next week. Lisa Van Riper, me, myself, and I. That is, ladies and gentlemen, correct. Yes. Hey, thanks so much. We'll see you next week right here on Ventures Live in the Facebook Erie Entrepreneurs Group. Have a great week, everyone. See you tonight at Ales and